So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way.
Well, a quick look at this lineup and Pavel Nedved jumps higher than the rest.
Yeah, he'll be involved in more or less everything they try to do going forward.
Yeah, he has all the ingredients to serve up something delicious, and we can feast our eyes on a truly great competitor.
Pass somewhat off target. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Adriano! Adriano! What a goal!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, for me, you can't fault the keeper there. The effort went in at the widest possible point off the upright. Nothing he could do.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Quarter of an hour played. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He steps in, and that's the end of that. Adriano going after that. And the pass is intercepted.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Danny Olmo. Great ball, and he's in here. And he's taking no chances there. And smartly reclaimed. Adriano, never out of the action for very long. Looking for the run. Adriano. Can he finish? Oh, good finish. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Pass is just off target. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Danny Olmo. Nedved pinches it off him. Griezmann. Adriano. Looking for options for movement. He is just caressing the ball. Takes a shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Adriano just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. And he can thump it away. Played back. And it's Nedved. And he's had it nicked away. And that signals the end of the first period. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Dani Olmo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nedved running with the ball. Rijkaard pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Bale. Oh, this is a great position. Griezmann showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Knocks it into space. Rijkaard. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. And it's Puyol. He's found a way through. He slid in, and that has raised the temperature on the touchline. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Nedved. It's Nedved! Beautiful from Nedved! He's got himself an absolute peach. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it. Madrid really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability.
Can he finish? Now, oh, he's been... And the keeper couldn't hold it. And there's a goal. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So the lead now is 2.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking.
Cruyff! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the... And that will be the final act. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort, fall behind. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And that gets things running. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows at the core of his... Shot a goal! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Suarez. Now it's Luis Suarez. Gerrard. And here's Suarez. And the finish! Now that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. Vermaelen with the clearance.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is Hullet. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Hullet. That's a good ball out wide. That's good play. And here's Hullet. He won't be happy with that one. Casemiro. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Approaching the half-hour mark. And here's Hullet. Oh, that's neat. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Suarez.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And this is Hazard. That is a brilliant interception. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Xavi Alonso. And the pass is intercepted. Pepe. Vermaelen. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Hullet. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but...
And a chance! Oh, good finish! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity.
Decent chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Suarez is offering a right smile there.
Bale! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Toon definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Maldini does really well to win the ball there. Gerrard. Rummenigge. Costa Curta. Now he's got space here. And the through ball. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Now, what about a counter-attack? Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rijkaard. Howson is always looking to break lines. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Casemiro. Nedved. Looking for the run. Thinks about... And the shot! Vermaelen gets it clear. And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Takes a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
And this is Hazard. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And here's Shevchenko.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rijkaard. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Bergomi. And that is that. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here.
Steven Gerrard is capable of taking a game by the scruff of the neck and anywhere he wants after that.
Yeah, one way or another he'll contribute to the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, and when the going gets tough, tough seems to come easy for him.
And here's Messi. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And that's been won straight back. And it's Messi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Griezmann. And it's Kimmich. Driving on and making good progress. Ibrahimovic is flagged offside. Neymar. And he's forced to go back. Gerrard. And that interception was most necessary. Oh no, this does not look good. And he's got the... Ibrahimovic! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
Oh, easy pickings there. Short changes him with that pass. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. And he's quick to snatch it back. Griezmann. And here's Suarez. Stojkovic.
Milan definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
And here's Neymar. Griezmann. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? And he was quick to react. And it's Griezmann. Bergomi. Nicely aimed pass. Neymar looking for options for movement. He's picked his way through. Maldini, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's a searching pass. A corner it is then. And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Well timed, excellent interception. Gerrard. Nicely weighted ball. That's a lovely, neat pass. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the referee says that is that for the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How would you review the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. So straight into the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Well, the defence proved infallible then, But that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's come in hard. And he can thump it away. Suarez producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. That is a great pick out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now it's Nedved. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's Kimmich. Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. He has found the way through. And this is Gerrard. And that's really well manoeuvred. Knocks it into space. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. He's found a way through.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, well played, well played.
Milan truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Now it's Ibrahim. And Messi! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And he's there to clear it. And now a sudden chance to counter. De Ligt. Dixon. Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Big chance! Oh, he's done it! A breakthrough! So late in the day! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So we have the first goal.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Haaland is onto this. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Nedved. Well, that has not gone well. Now who's going to be first to this? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Szoboszlai just eases him off the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Casemiro. And here's Suarez. Looking for options for movement. He's having a shot! It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Luis Suarez. Nedved finding himself in space. Luis Suarez. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nice interception, well timed. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable... He's rising! And there's a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
It's starting to look very interesting. Shot a goal! Puyol gets it clear. Nedved threads one in, and this is Luis Suarez. Can he finish? And that's a tidy finish. And they're back in front. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So we have a breakthrough, now and a chance! And that's a good finish. That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
And the shots! They've scored! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Bellingham. Xavi Alonso. And it's Nedved. Messi. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, important interception. And we've reached half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
So everyone needs a breather here. 5 goals we've seen already. It is good, very good. It's 3-2. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Now that looks a decent ball. That is a brilliant interception. Xavi Alonso. Griezmann. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Nedved. Now it's Cruyff. Moved on forwards.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
He won't be happy with that one.
Pumas Unam really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Shapes to shoot! And that's in! They've done it again! It is incredible!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So again, we have parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly...
Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Not much doubt about who's going to take this one.
Well, it looks like they'll be aiming this one for the far post, Peter.
Oh, off the bar! Decent hit from there.
Oh, and the keeper didn't have that coverage, you know. He can start breathing again now, I think.
Xavi Alonso. Puyol gets over and intercepts. And he cuts out the supply.
Pumas Unam clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
John Shawley! Delicious from Juve! He's got himself an absolute peach. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Well, he likes those, doesn't he? That's another one for his collection.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Pumas have their lead.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
And reclaimed it in a trice. Well, this could be it, for something close to a minor miracle.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
And here's Bale. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's hit the post! No, just not quite.
I think his reaction says everything there, Peter. Just a fraction inside. That's all he needed to be.
Nesta wins the duel this time.
Pumas Unam nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
It's a searching pass. Casemiro makes the interception. Nesta. Looking for a runner. And this is Del Piero. Big chance! It's hit the upright. And that's a sharp finish. And right near the end, we have parity. Pato at his razor sharp. They'll have to settle for that. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Your final thoughts, Jim?
It was a very good game, played in the right spirit with a fitting atmosphere, and I think football won this time.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said.
Triumph! Off the post! And again! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Liverpool finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And no, that was never going to make it. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Looking for the run. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Griezmann. Cruyff. Nedved. Now it's Luis Suarez. Ambitious ball here. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
And that's a good ball. And a chance! It's a goal! They are purring, truly purring. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Liverpool really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Oh, it's a great ball here. Griezmann, very much a man of this moment. And it's been given away. He's beaten the last man. And the shot! Yes! And they're threatening to fly away here. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
3-0 and things... Oh, shooting chance! And he's stuck it away. And they are right back within touch. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? And that's been won straight back. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And this is Batistuta. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Shot could be... Chance! Sensational by Bruno Fernandes! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And deep into first half stoppage time, a timely strike. He hit that like he meant it, absolutely speared it in.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Liverpool now just needing 1.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here.
Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, this has been a half full of thrills, and the margins are tight. Just one in it, 3-2 at the break. So let's get the ball rolling. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Looking for options for movement. Albert Ferrer does really well to win the ball there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Batistuta is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
That could spell trouble. Threads one. Can he finish? And a neat finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can come into it, and it didn't.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
And it's Nedved. Tries to play it through. And this is Pato. That is good strength. Rijkaard. Oh, easy pickings there. Griezmann. Bruno Fernandes. And he's intervened well there. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Nedved. Good running, strong and purposeful. He's got away. It's Griezmann! Griezmann! Becoming a modern great. He's got himself an absolute peach. And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
So we have movement on both benches. So now the difference is 3. Now this could be a chance. No, he refuses to take the bait. The ball has bounced loose now. He won't be happy with that one. Gullit picks it up out wide. Nesta can get it clear. Now it's Pato. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Can he get on the end of this? Casemiro. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, that's delightful. Ribery. Now it's Pato. And this is Ribery. And that is that. Oh, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect, a win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. We're looking at the new incarnation of the famous Camp Nou, now even more prominent as the symbol of the Catalan capital. So it's down to business here. Jim, how do you interpret this formation?
Well, what tends to happen with a puzzling-looking formation like this is that two of the more creative midfielders take up slightly inverted attacking roles to make it a simpler 3-4-3 setup, or indeed 3-4-2-1. That's what should unfold here. At the moment, I admit, it does look a little strange.
He's got away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he's managed to get free. And that's going wide left. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Alvarez. Messi bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And he's taking no chances there. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And here's Messi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Luis Suarez. Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Now it's Mbappe. Great chance! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Sends it crossfield. Mbappe. He's found a way past. Bellingham. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Borussia Dortmund have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Delivery from Mbappe. Tries to get it clear. Casemiro has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Griezmann. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Messi. Over to the right flank. He's got away. That's tidy. Rice. Rijkaard! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Rijkaard! And that has been knocked clear. Good read, needed to be. And that is the end of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So right back into the action.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Bellingham. And he's forced to go back. Mbappe is someone with real dynamite in his boots.
Borussia Dortmund genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack. Variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Knocks it in, shoots! He's got a goal! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
He won't be happy with that one. Griezmann, very much a man of this moment. Thuram. It's Kimmich. And it's Casemiro. And here's Griezmann. And here's Bale. Bellingham. Nicely weighted ball. And he shoots! Goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
He's picked his way through. Oh, super ball. Bellingham.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Mbappe. And the counter is on. Bale, there he goes, motoring forward. Back where it came from. Bellingham. Played out towards the right wing. Nicely aimed pass. The final 5 minutes. Griezmann. It's a really well-measured ball. It's Bale! And he hits the net! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion.
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Oh, good-looking ball. Spread out to the left. Now it's Mbappe. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Bale taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance, intelligence, an Italian giant.
Messi. No, he's had it taken off him, and it's Messi. Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff. Can he get on the end of this? O'Shea. Oh, this looks sharp. And he's intervened well there.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Tries to play it through. Picked out brilliantly. Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's a super give and go. And this is Luis Suarez. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Inter Milan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he's there to get it away. Cross goes in there. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And it's O'Shea. Great chance!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
He's having a pop! That was superb goalkeeping!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Cruyff. Brilliantly cut out. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Messi finds himself unceremoniously floored. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Suarez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
In comes the corner. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. And he's gone backward here. Tries one from range! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
The ball has bounced loose now. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. Tries to pass it through. Messi, he's got away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And that's really well manoeuvred. That's been cut out, well played. Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, that's a fine interception. Caught offside that time.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Luis Suarez dominates aerially so often. Great vision. That is a brilliant interception. Rijkaard. Just about up to 75 minutes. Griezmann looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly...
Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Griezmann. It's a good spell of possession, this. Luis Suarez! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? O'Shea clears it away. Big chance!
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. 90 minutes gone and nothing to show. Messi. And here's Pato. And Ribery! He lifts the roof! Mass euphoria! Ecstasy! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a...
And that's it. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Ribery claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. So that's got things underway. So here he is, the man crowned King of Turin, Alessandro Del Piero.
Yeah, and he deserves that crown too. Another in the line of truly great attacking talent that Italy seems to have a knack of producing. A player of immense ability, but also one who never shirked from his defensive duties too.
Absolutely not, and it's very easy to see why he became such a fan favourite. Looking for options for movement. Crosses it in here. That's going to go a long way. And claimed it back swiftly. Neymar, under an awful lot of pressure. Nicely shaped ball. And he was quick to react. Zanetti plays a sharp little ball here. Bergomi.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Gullit going face to face with his great rival. Oh, easy pickings there. Has a look and plays it forward. Rummenigge touches it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Gullit.
Oh, great feat, that.
And Gullit! Oh, my word, that is quite something. Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And there is your opener. It was thrashed in, the crispest of hits.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, good effort! Nearly, but not quite.
Ferdinand certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that interception was most necessary. He shoots! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Eto clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Nedved. Now that looks a decent ball. Yaya Toure is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Great vision. And this is Eto. He's shifting through the gears here. And the referee has blown for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And we are back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Griezmann wins the duel this time. And that's really well manoeuvred. And the shot's on here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Pullet will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, he's bustling through. Judge, surely! It's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, to be honest, I think the defender did his absolute best, Peter, but he didn't stand a chance here. Just too quick in every department.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And here's Eto. Can he finish? Sensational from Eto! A finish of true class! It's all becoming so easy. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Borussia Dortmund find a position of real strength now.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been a
chance for a shot! And he's lifted it over.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Just eases him off the ball. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh, what a ball! Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pirlo. And here's Del Piero. Ferdinand gets a foot in here.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Zanetti. Pirlo is always scanning the pitch for targets. Casemiro. Oh, this looks sharp. The message is clear. None shall pass. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Neymar, given the lift of his goal. And that's it. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here. Well, of course, Italy has always been the place to be when it comes to defensive maestros, and here is a prime example. So how highly do you rate this fella, Alessandro Nesta?
Well, he's without doubt one of the very best they've produced. He's been mature well beyond his years since those younger days, blending power, speed, technique, and really good intelligence and ability to read the game. It's no surprise to me that so many have aspired to be just like him.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van der Ven cuts out the pass, looking to pass their way up the pitch. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That'll be a throw-in.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Griezmann. And here's Hullet. Yamal, very much a man of this moment. And here's Hullet. And Hullet!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. That pass has been well intercepted. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Chouameni, Odegaard, Cantona, and he's got the beating of his man. He's going for goal! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Serginho. Serginho. And that is expertly dealt with. Casemiro. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Griezmann. Casemiro has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far.
Hullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Hullet. That's good play. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Can he get it through? Perez tries a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's it, 45 minutes up. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So neither side has found a way through yet.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Griezmann. Now it's Hullet. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Perez. And the through ball. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that is a little undercooked. Yamal. Now it's great chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Good ball. Bebeto! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Bebeto actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. Gets his head on it! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
That is a really good chance miss, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, shooting chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Odo. And he's had it nicked away. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
That's a sharp pass. Ribéry. Oh, well played, well played. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And here's Del Piero. Nesta gets across to intercept that. This is it then, now or never. Now it's Bebeto.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
The final 5 minutes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Robertson. That is good alertness. 90 minutes gone and nothing to show. Thuram. And there goes the final whistle. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
Oh, and a chance! And it's a goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And this is Cruyff. That's destined for the flank. He's found a way through. Well, now it's a race for the ball. That's going to go a long way. Now it's Batistuta.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nedved. Luis Suarez. Can he get on the end of this? Chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous. It's Nedved! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Getting up there! Off the post! Deftly away. Messi. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. And here's Suarez. Now it's Cruyff.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Ambitious ball here. Bonucci is there, and he can get that clear. Messi. Messi. Can he get it through? Mohamed Salah was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nesta makes the interception. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And here's Cruyff. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Salah. Vieira. Nedved. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Salah. And for the first half, that is that. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Short changes him with that pass. Maldini. Nedved. Now it's Luis Suarez. Motherwell can't breathe again. just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled.
And he shoots! Cruyff. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Cruyff. He is through here. Big chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. Howson spots it and intercepts. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's Nedved. And here's Ribéry. Totti. And he cuts out the supply. Totti going about things with real menace. Xavi Alonso. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Mohamed Salah, given the lift of his goal. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Motherwell clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Looking for a corner. So, third corner of the game. Oh, good effort! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Mohamed Salah. And that is a little undercooked. Motherwell desperately searching for the winner here. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And he can thump it away. Now it's Totti. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tries a shot! Again, a brilliant save.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. So it's away we go then. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course. So with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
Pepe cuts out the pass.
Isn't it a real pleasure to be able to see the Dutchman Ronald Koeman? He's got to be one of the best ever attack-minded centre-backs, a playmaking centre-back actually, and he can step into midfield and spray a pass with top precision.
Yeah, there's a beautiful purity about the way he strikes the ball.
And he can smack one too.
Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text...
Mbappe! Mbappe! Irrepressible! A finish right from the top draw. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation.
And a shot! And a neat finish! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Gullit. Gullit, he's picked his way through. Nesta. Now Griezmann. And here's Mbappe. Nesta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Gullit. Luis Suarez. And this is Nedved. And he shoots! Oh, good finish. That was easy. Almost too easy.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Messi, he can run onto that. This looks promising. Best gets flagged offside. And he's there to retrieve it. Nedved. Now it's Luis Suarez. And it's Griezmann. Well timed, excellent interception. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Yeah, caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And he's had it nicked away. Plays a sharp little ball here. Looking to play him in. Picked out brilliantly. He is shot, surely!
Griezmann really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
And we have our very first corner. Cleared without hesitation. And that's gone loose. Vieira. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. It's Pato! That is delicious! About as smooth as it gets. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
He has given that the lot. Bang!
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Shoots! Brilliant from Griezmann! He's got himself an absolute peach. And the comeback is complete. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
So we have a breakthrough. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
A wonderful ball to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
75 minutes played. And here's Aubameyang. Now it's Pato. Pepe proves too strong, too smart. Turns back here, probably the best option. Great vision. Great. And it's Son Heung-min! And that's a sharp finish. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Quite a game this, all square again.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Just 5 minutes left.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Xavi. And here's Bale. Tries to pass it through. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago. That's that, the end. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Pato claiming the match. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things already rolling.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I'll say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean, I always like a vociferous keeper, and Oliver Kahn would be perfect for me.
Xavi Alonso. And here's Nunez. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Luis Suarez. Vieira. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Oh, that's been cut out. Well played. Nice looking ball. Floated through. It's a goal kick.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And here's Nunez. And he's running through. Nunez! Goal! Sporting! And Sporting score first. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. Sporting have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And here's Cruyff. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, that's well spotted. Nedved. And here's Cruyff. Lovely bit of skill. And now they can clear their lines. That's going to go a long way.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And Messi! Xavi Alonso. Bergomi.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Van Dijk. For Xavi Alonso. No, he's had it taken off him. Now, can they get him away? Oh, perfectly measured that. Real chance! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're off again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, that's fabulous. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Zanetti, the man that is tenacity personified. And it's Xavi Alonso. Messi. Messi has it out wide and in space. No, that's been dealt with. Yeah, he's fouled him there. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Luis Suarez, this is promising. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. Okay, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And here's Nunez. He's got away. Nunez! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Okay, credit him for his willingness to run at people, but you really shouldn't be afforded so much space down the middle of the pitch.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Pato. Now it's Nedved. He's having a hit! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Get up there! And no mistake. There seemed no way back, but they are level. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And it's Kadiolu. Kadiolu got a long way forward to join the attack. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance! He lifts the roof! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Well, they've done the hard part. Now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Van Dijk. Oh no, this does not look good. Oh, important interception. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What you... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Looking to play him in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Some intricate passing, looking to progress. Shoots! Luis Suarez! It's a beauty!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now that looks a decent ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Alonso.
Barcelona always have been a side.
Rice! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Rice actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Nesta spots it and intercepts. Now it's Nedved. Now it's Cruyff. Threads one in. Now that's well seen too. And he's heaved it away. Totti did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And the pass is intercepted. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get...
And the finish!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. He'll try from distance! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Nesta wins the duel this time. O'Reilly tries to play it through, and he welcomes it in. Shot a goal! Oh, it's a stunning goal! A finish of true class! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Griezmann. Tries to pass it through. Xavi Alonso. And it's Totti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Vieira. And this is Cruyff. He's through here. And this is Griezmann. He's great chance! And he's done it! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
And for the first half, that is that. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half, neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. That is a great pick out. He's found a way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That's put paid to the danger. Vieira. Griezmann. That is good alertness. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Xabi Alonso is onto this. Thuram can clear it away. Griezmann making good progress on the right-hand side. Oh, that looks a good ball through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He won't be happy with that one. It's Luis Suarez! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. Marquinhos tries to clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maldini cuts it out.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Nedved. He slid in, and that has raised the temperature on the touchline.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of...
John Shawley! Johan Cruyff, unequalled in the history of our beautiful game. That is a gem! An absolute gem! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. So the lead now is 2.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Van Dijk. And Serginho. Rui Costa. Rui Costa. He shifted it to the flank. Oh, shooting chance! And that's in. Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending. So smooth. A signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Barcelona give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football.